Are you trying to understand how the gender works in Romanian but nothing seems to make sense? Well, keep watching because this video is for you. Let's try to explain a few general ideas about the gender. Romanian has 3 genders. It is just like Latin, although many other Romance languages dropped the neuter, we still use it. So for us, we have masculine, feminine, and neuter. Neuter is going to be the most difficult and confusing one because it doesn't actually exist. It's a combination between masculine singular and feminine plural. We use these genders a lot of the time based on the biological gender of things. For example, we use masculine and feminine for human beings and animals. And we mostly use neuter for objects, although we still use masculine and feminine for certain objects. For example, masă is feminine, that's table by the way, and pantaloni is masculine, that would be pants or jeans. These things take a lot of practice, but thankfully I'm going to share you in the next video how to look at the endings of your words, talk a little bit about how to identify this gender. Usually you can look at the end of the word, at the last letter or last 2 letters, or you can also look at the words that you have around in the sentence, because in Romanian everything has to go together, and I like to say that usually it rhymes. When we talk, we don't just drop words, we speak in sentences. So thankfully in Romanian you are going to have a lot of other cues to help you. For example, if you have an article in front of your word, for example, un or o, you are going to know if it's feminine or not. You might have adjectives next to it. You might have even numbers. For example, doi and două can tell you if the word is feminine or not. I like to say if it's feminine or not because the difference between masculine and neuter in the singular form is a little bit more difficult to figure out. But as long as you manage to figure out what is feminine, the rest is going to be a little bit easier to deal with. And also feminine is the most obvious one. You can also look at other elements. You can try to think, okay, can I replace this word with a pronoun? If my word can be replaced with el and the a, so him or he, and they masculine, it's going to be masculine. If it can be replaced with ea, ele, so she, they feminine, it's going to be feminine. If it is going to be replaced with el, ele, so he and they feminine, it's going to be neuter. You have to look at the ending of your word, and I'm going to give you the most common endings. For masculine, most of our words end in a consonant. If it's ending in a consonant, it's never going to be feminine, so keep an eye on that. The next possibility is the letter U. That's also never going to work for feminine, so most probably your word is masculine. Another possibility we have is the letter E, which is an E in English, and the letter I, which is E in Romanian, funny enough. And very, very rarely, just for a few exceptions, we use the letter A, like in tată or popă. So look out for these letters. Consonants, the letter U, E, I, and very rarely A. Also make sure that your word is going to be related to a human being or an animal. Neuter as a gender in Romanian. This one is the most confusing one, but you can look at the ending of your words and always check if your word is alive or not. And most probably you can get it right after watching this video. So first of all, look out for consonants. Also look out for the letter U, for the letter E and I, and also the letter O. The only words in Romanian that end in O are going to be always neuter, because most probably they are going to be foreign, like meteo, stereo, mango. So check out the ending of your word, look at the translation and see if your word is alive or not. Keep in mind that if something is alive, it's not going to be neuter, because in Romanian we base the grammatical gender on the biological gender of your person or animal. This is probably the easiest gender to notice because it has some very specific letters at the end. For feminine, we are always going to look for the letter A. If you see something ending in A, assume straight away that it's feminine, with the exception of tată, which is father. Another letter to look out for is the letter E, which would be an E in English. And most probably the combinations of letters IE or EE. For example, you're going to see idee, which is idea, or femeie, which is woman. So look out for the letter A, because only feminine words deal with it. So everything that ends in A in Romanian is 100% feminine. And sometimes you are going to see feminine words ending in the letter I, but most probably they are going to relate to time. For example, the word zi, which is day, is going to be feminine, and the words related to the days of the week. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments. If this video was useful for you, make sure you follow I Learn Romanian. And if you want to learn more about the gender, understand it better, and even practice it, you can book a free trial lesson on my website. And you can also get one-on-one lessons so that you can learn Romanian from a native tutor who can explain to you both grammar and vocabulary and get you speaking Romanian confidently in no time. Pa, pa!